From the heart of the Cape, this is Barnstable Today for Wednesday, October 29th. Welcome aboard. I'm Mark Mumford.
Sandy Neck provides our lead story today as the Conservation Commission unanimously approves construction of a sidewalk. Thanks for joining us. I'm Kevin Friel.
That project focuses on building a granite sidewalk running from the Barnstable Sandwich Town Line down Sandy Neck Road to the Gatehouse.
Sandy Neck manager Nina Coleman made an appearance at last night's Conservation Commission meeting to speak in favor of the sidewalk.
With regard to the need of this sidewalk, it is true in the fall, Sandy Neck has quieted down, but as you know, it's quite busy in the summer. We deal with quite a bit of pedestrian traffic, particularly early in the morning. Folks are walking their dogs. There's a lot of strollers with children, and we are trying to respond to safety concerns for those pedestrian walkers, because we also have obviously a lot of vehicular traffic. And so we have had feedback from the neighborhood about concern about people speeding, as well as the concern for folks hiking. And so we're moving forward with this project. It's actually been in the works for many years. Even before I started my position, the money had been set aside for this to address the safety issues. So obviously, as a manager, safety comes first, and we're in full support of a project that would keep these folks away from vehicles that really do get going through their way too quickly at times.
During public comment, Town Councilor Hank Farnham responded to a letter to the Commission opposing the project.
Also, the West Barnstable Civic Association chimed in, as did the Barnstable Police Department.
There is an environmental issue here, certainly, and that has to do with replacing an impervious sidewalk that didn't function all that well with a permanent structure that would function and would provide the safety that really is needed. And until this evening, I had not been aware of any opposition to the creation of the sidewalk as proposed before you. And in fact, I had heard from a number of people that they are most anxious to, in fact, have a sidewalk, a permanent sidewalk installed.
Chris Clark, President of the Civic Association West Barnstable. I am aware of these concerns in the neighborhood. They way predated when I began serving the Civic Association many years ago, and our local comprehensive planning committee has made this one of the priority items of concern in our community. So I can speak from our Civic Association board that the general consensus of this group is that the West Barnstable citizenry would be very pleased to know that the town has followed through with one of their major concerns, and something that had been on the radar for a long time and slipped off when the road was reconstructed. So it would be generally well received by the community. Thank you.
Thank you. My name is Sergeant Andrew McKenna. I'm here representing Chief Paul McDonald in the Barnstable Police Department. I know my comments may not be in the purview of the board, strictly address environmental issues, but the safety issue is a factor for us. We certainly find that if we can remove any pedestrian traffic from the travelway, it's for the good of the community.
As we mentioned, the Sandy Neck sidewalk proposal did get a thumbs up from the Conservation Commission last night.
Meanwhile, the rest of the town's coastline has gained some additional attention lately in the form of the annual Coast Sweep event.
Kevin dug deeper into the Coast Sweep story with Fred Stepanis from the Conservation Department.
I'm joined today with Fred Stepanis, who is an assistant with the Conservation Division. He's just finished his 8th year as the town of Barnstable's Coast Sweep coordinator. So Fred, tell us, what is Coast Sweep?
Coast Sweep is a statewide beach cleanup. It's actually organized by the Ocean Conservancy, which is an international organization, and they have a program called the International Coastal Cleanup.
In which Barnstable beaches were cleaned this year?
We did over 20 different beaches and town landings and ways to water throughout the 7 villages of the town, and all of the major beaches like Sandy Neck, Craigville Beach, Calmus Beach, Keys Beach, Forts Beach, and most of the others.
What kinds of trash were picked up?
Every kind of trash, and certainly everything from what's referred to as the top 10, and that would include food, packaging, bottles, cans, cigarette butts, an awful lot of those, the remains of balloons, and plastic eating utensils, knives, forks, spoons.
You had a great number of volunteers this year. Could you tell us a little bit about who volunteered this year in the Coast Sweep?
We try to match up every beach with a different organization or school group, and this year we had 20 different organizations and school groups, especially the Barnstable Middle School, and it totaled over 580 volunteers this year.
And so where does all this trash come from? How does it get on the beaches?
It can come from offshore, which would be from commercial boats and small pleasure boats. It can come from just the use of the beach, people that are beach goers, people who use the beach. And it can come from landward of the beach, which would be through stormwater runoff, septic systems, sewer systems.
What kind of problems does this trash cause?
Biological trash can have medical dangers, and that would be, say, soiled diapers, for instance. The bacteria from the diapers can contaminate the water and actually lead to beach closures. It can have a more physical danger, for instance, broken glass, needles, and other sharp objects.
And this can be also harmful to the marine species that are also in the environment.
Yes. For example, cigarette butts. A lot of marine birds will ingest the cigarette butts thinking that it's food. Rings that go around the beer six-packs. A lot of animals get their heads caught in them and end up suffocating.
So what can citizens do to reduce the amount of trash that's on these beaches?
There's an old saying, leave no trace, so that when you go to the beach, don't leave anything behind. And even better, bring a grocery store bag with you when you go to the beach, and if you see any trash around you, pick it up and take it away.
If someone in town is interested in joining the Coast Sweep in future years, how would they go about becoming involved?
Contact me at the Conservation Department, and the phone number is 508-862-4093.
As far as our weather is concerned here in Barnstable, fewer clouds, but still some gusty winds. Tonight, partly cloudy with winds peaking out of the west at about 30 miles per hour. Then tomorrow, plenty of sunshine in the mix with highs struggling to top out in the upper 40s and winds out of the northwest at 15 to 20, gusting to 30.
On the meeting front, a double workshop session with the Town Council tomorrow evening at 7 in the hearing room, focusing on the airport and the local comprehensive plan.
And we hear a lot of people coughing and hacking around town these days, so just another reminder, the Health Division has another flu shot clinic coming up on November 6th. 1 week from tomorrow over at the St. George Greek Orthodox Church on Route 28.
That will be up and running from 10 in the morning until 1 in the afternoon. It is for Barnstable residents only, and the cost is $3, with another clinic coming up on December 10th. Thanks for joining us today. I'm Kevin Friel.
We'll see you right back here tomorrow. I'm Mark Mumford.